So today I am going to do an update of a video I did about 2 years ago, and this is a ranking of the opening tracks from the 11 Metallica studio albums. The reason, of course, is because there is a new Metallica album out now, so we can see where 72 Seasons takes place, and we can see if I changed my opinion since the last video. I'll link the last video at the end screen, so let's not waste any more time. I have 11 songs, and I will rank them from worst to best. At number 11, I have Ain't My Bitch from the Load album. I like the song. Just something has to come at the bottom. I think when this came out, this wasn't the first single, so people had an idea how this album was going to sound. But I didn't like it at first. It has grown on me over the years, and so has this album Load. I'm starting to like it a lot more than I did before. Now, this isn't one of my favorite songs. It's kind of a sludgy metal song. The only thing I can appreciate from the song are the guitar riffs. I like the guitar riff before the main guitar solo. It's kind of catchy. It's not a bad song, but something has to come in at number 11. And number 10 is Frantic. This was the album opener from Saint Anger. I know the drums sound very bad and they tune their guitars all the way down. I think the song is pretty cool. It's a heavy song. I think the lyrics are very clever when James sings, my lifestyle determines my death style. I would say that this is one of the better songs from Saint Anger. It has a dark and angry tone, and I like the part when James sings like frantic, tick, 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 tock. I think the lyrics are clever. I think it would be a better song if they ever decided to re-record it or just redo the whole album in general. I like it. I have it ranked here. After listening to the song, I actually searched for a live version, and I found the performance they played in Sacramento, California in 2021, and the live version sounds a lot better than the studio version, and that's all I have to say. At number 9, I have Hardwired from Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I remember when this song premiered in 2016, the band just dropped the song out of nowhere, and this was another song that brought back that classic thrash metal sound. The song is not as good as some of the other openers, such as Battery, Fire with Fire, or Blackened, or any of the other ones that I'll be talking about. But it's still a good thrash song, and it was short and to the point. It's good, not one of the greatest songs, but they let everyone know that they are still able to thrash. At number 8, I have Hit the Lights from Kill 'Em All. This is the first Metallica song from the first Metallica album. The song starts off with some distorted guitar chords and a drum intro. This song is a fast-paced thrash metal song with some guitar riffs that seem to have a new wave of British heavy metal influence. The chorus has more of a traditional Metallica sound, has distorted power chords. They changed the rhythm in the breakdown before the solo, and I think that was something that Metallica always did well. The song is good. It's not in my favorites. It's ranked number 8, so it's kind of low on the list, but it still will always be remembered as one of the first ever thrash metal songs. At number 7, I have Fuel. This is the lead track from Reload. One of the thrashier songs from their 90s period. Not as heavy as the songs from the 80s, but it's a very good song. It's very energetic. I think it is one of the two songs that starts with a vocal intro, the other one being Chasing Light from 72 Seasons. The main guitar riff is kind of simple, so for that reason it's not up very high, but this is one of the few songs from the Load albums that continue to be played in the live sets. Still a very good song, so for that reason I have it right here. And number 6, I have That Was Just Your Life. This is the opener from Death Magnetic. The intro is dark and atmospheric. The opening guitar riff lets everyone know that Metallica were back doing thrash again. The song sounds like something that could have appeared on Injustice for All. It was a little longer, a little more complex. The catchy song with a sound that brings back their 80s sound, but at the same time it still sounds more like modern Metallica. So the song is 7 minutes long. It's filled with a lot of heavy riffs. They also have that palm muted, chunky sound with blazing solos. Overall, was a very good album opener. At number 5, I have 72 Seasons, the title track from the new album. I didn't like it that much at first when it came out as a single. I thought it was too long for this type of song, but it has grown on me. I really like the chorus when they sing that Wrath of Man. That main guitar riff, it's really good. Probably the thrashiest song on the new album. I still think they could have trimmed it maybe a minute or two, but it's still very good. I mean, I have it high at number 5, so it's a really good song. At number 4, I have Enter Sandman. This is the opening track and lead single from the Black Album. It was kind of a shock for people as it was a change or a distinct change in sound. Some may feel the song is overplayed. I actually think it holds up very well. The main guitar riff is classic. I remember watching a music video when it premiered on MTV. This is probably one of the few metal songs that like everyone knows. I think if you're at a party with non-metal heads, you can put on the song and people will like not freak out. I think like everyone would know the song if you put it on. It might be like one of the most well-known metal songs like ever released, like other than like Black Sabbath or something like that. And I still enjoy it. I play it often. I'm not bored of it, and that's why I have it ranked high at number 4. Now these top 3 songs are just like they're like killer songs. Like these ones will never be topped. But at number 3, I have Battery. So this is a classic from Master of Puppets. Begins with an acoustic intro, sounds like that classical music piece, and after that they bring in some harmonized guitars that are followed by some heavy thrash metal gallops. It's a fast-paced song, a lot of energy and brutality. James sings in an aggressive tone, and the song has a mix of power chords and galloping rhythms. Kirk plays short solos between the verses, and the drumming is very fast-paced. They have a breakdown where they slow it down before the guitar solo, and it's more on the melodic side, and right before the second solo, which is a fast and dynamic solo. I also wish that Metallica would do more of those like classical intros that they have on their like older albums. They don't do that anymore. They haven't done it in a long time. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. So let me get to number 2. That's Blackened from Injustice for All. This one has a slow building intro. These like melodic lead guitars, and they just kind of like creep up on you. It's like followed by some of like their heaviest and fastest guitar riffs and some very like pounding drum beats. It's a classic thrasher. It's about like the death of Mother Earth and the destruction of Earth and all that. The song like just keeps you interested with tempo changes in its melody, and afterwards you have the slower part with the groovy guitar riff. Then James sings the bridge, and they use that like kind of like echo on his voice. And then they bring in those harmonized guitars before the guitar solo. Just a really great opener, and this one is going to be hard to beat. But my number 1 is just a song I've always loved, Fight Fire with Fire, and I think it's a groundbreaking song. It was from Ride the Lightning, and it starts with that classical guitar in the instrumental, something I wish they would do again, but then it just develops into like one of the fastest and heavy songs that Metallica have ever recorded. Like everything is like turned up. James's vocals are like heavier and grittier, like the guitar riffs are fast, the lyrical content is grim. It still incorporates a melody into the song. This is Metallica like almost going like death metal, like possibly their heaviest song ever recorded. And it still has all the elements that make up a good Metallica song, like the blazing solos and the tight rhythm. So that is all. Let me know your ranking in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please like this video. It helps me with the algorithm and all that other good stuff. If you're interested in my previous ranking that was pre-72 seasons, that's going to be right there. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.